So you have connected your FortiGate into the network. You have assigned an IP address that will be used as your management interface. And your first task is to connect the marketing division LAN to one of its interfaces. So how do we do it? Each interface, each port on the FortiGate physical switchboard can have an IP address. We can also use hardware switches or soft switches where we aggregate several ports into one IP address, one interface, where all traffic will broadcast to the different ports. But for our purpose, for our demo, we will use internal 5 as our interface and assign an IP address to it. Let's do it. We will call it marketing LAN in the alias field. It is a physical interface. We are not using a virtual interface. We will use a virtual interface later on. As for its role, it's a LAN interface. Alright, so the addressing mode, we will not get our IP address from a DHCP. We will assign it a IP address. Now let's assign another IP address. Let's assign 10.0.2.1 with a 24 subnet. So we will have 254 IP addresses available, if we choose so, to our marketing hosts. The next thing to do is to configure which administrative access do we want to use. We can use ping to check out if there is connectivity as admins, but we will not allow anyone to get into the interface using HTTP or HTTPS. We can also use SNMP. And now we will enable the DHCP server. The DHCP server, which we will have a dedicated video for the different services, will allow us to allocate IP addresses to the different members of our marketing LAN. It starts from the 10.0.2.2 up to the 10.0.2.254. The net mask is 24, subnet of 24. The default gateway is the same default gateway as the interface IP, which is the 10.0.2.1. So any host in the LAN that will connect to that interface will get a gateway of the 10.0.2.1. Any traffic that is coming from the LAN will be forwarded to that gateway. We can use the same system DNS as in our FortiGate, or we can use a specific DNS such as the Google DNS. Now we can also assign different options to our DHCP server. We can define the list time, we can define more things. We will do it later on. Device detection is always good. Device detection allows FortiGate to understand which device is connected to the interface. That is a crucial parameter if we want to use later on a device-based policy. If we want to allow, for example, only Android devices to get out to the internet, or block Mac devices. We can also use active scanning, which is a method that FortiGate uses in the case that it doesn't recognize the device at first. We can use admission control as a captive portal. We will not use it this time. We will use it later on. So we have our interface. That interface is dedicated to the marketing LAN. And the next thing to do is to grab a switch, connect every host on the marketing LAN to that switch, and connect that switch to our interface, to our new marketing LAN interface. The next thing to do is to connect our marketing LAN to our WAN interface, the interface that goes to the internet, to our ISP modem. And then we will configure a static route. That on our next videos.